video is all about how to integrate a Vuforia AR into a native iOS app. So what we are expecting at the end of this video is I have here like Xcode with a storyboard having button, as you can see on the screen, with the start and the stop button. So what I'm going to do is, after integrating this Unity Vuforia, I'm going to call the Unity with the help of a start button and stop button. When I click start, the Unity will get started, and when I click the stop, the Unity will resign by itself. So we are making a control over the Unity with our native iOS app. That's all going to do in this video, and this integration is quite complex, and it is a lengthy video, so we will start the project. I have in my Unity is I have already created a Vuforia with AR with all the camera access stuff. So in this video I'm not going to show you how to make a Vuforia AR inside your Unity. So I have created a sample already. You can make yourself. There are a lot of sources available, and just make sure it doesn't have any error when you play or build it. So in order to make sure, I'm just running it and let you know what I have here. So that's I have in my Unity. So I'm going to integrate this Unity into the native iOS app. So that, first of all, what you have to do is click on the file and go to the build settings, and as you can see here, the scene which you have built. So if you haven't checked this, make sure that you have checked the scene, sample scene, whatever you have created, and then go to the iOS and go straight away to the player settings. This is our play setting. As you can see, there are a lot of options with us, graphics settings, player, audio, all these stuff. So click on the player, and I'm going to make some arrangements over here. So make sure that your scripting backend is R2C PP, and API capability level I'm making it as .NET for cross. Then I'm running on an iPhone device which is of iOS device SDK. This Vuforia supports only in the real device. Do not try with the simulator. If you have a normal Unity build, you can run it even in a simulator, but a Vuforia which needs a camera access, so try to build Vuforia with your real device. So have made changes. Alright, I think that's all, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it and see. So I'm going to make a new folder for build, which is called, let me say, Unity Xcode demo, or else I'll change the name as Vuforia Unity. Alright, I'm creating a folder over here, and I'm going to name it as export Unity, and click save. It will take some time to run it, to process. Once it's done, we will open it and try to run and see whether it works. Alright, it have been saved. Now I will check for my project folder. So I have saved it as Vuforia Unity, and this is the file name which I've saved for the previous build. So export Unity. Inside that, as you can see here, Xcode project file. I'm to open this. Alright, if you're running, try to run in your real device, which means like make sure that you have your developer certificate available. Sometimes there are a lot of comments I can see that they are unable to build it successfully. Some of the reason is you don't have a proper page developer account, I mean an Apple developer account. So I'm using here a developer account of mine to run the project. Alright, so I'm running in the device iPhone 11. This will take some time to complete the running. So in the meantime, we will take a look at what's the stuffs we have, and these all stuff we need in our main integration as well. So these are all about the frameworks which we gonna use it in our native app as well. So build to succeed. Oh, I will unlock my device. We will check in the log how it runs. Alright, registered mono Vuforia runtime application. The device is asking for a camera access. I said okay, and that's it. User granted access, and Vuforia have started playing. So make sure that your Unity build will run succeed. There is no point of going ahead without this build, which means like if you have any error in your Unity, then make sure that you have to fix those before going forward. All right, opened and running on your real device. So that's all in the initial section. So we will go to the main part. Before that, I will clear up all the stuffs here. I'm going to close it, all the files, for more convenient. I'm closing the Unity as well. Alright, so my files I have saved in iOS, my folder in the Vuforia Unity. Alright, so this is the file which I have built now. So I'm going to the main part, which is like I'm going to open a new project. It's a single view application, and I'm going to name it as Vuforia Seft native Seft. Vuforia native Seft. Alright, doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm going to save in the file which I've created, this export Unity. So I'm making the same folder reference for both. So creating the file. Alright, so in this project I'm going to use only with Swift, which means the storyboard. I'm not going to use a Swift UI, so I'm going to delete this scene delegate.swift file. Also in my info.plist, I'm going to remove this application scene manifest. Alright, and go to your app delegate and clear off these all stuffs which we may not require these. Alright, so that's all, and First is first, I'm going to create a folder which is for my classes references from the Unity build. So I'm making a new group which is of I'm going to name it as Vuforia files. Alright, so this is the build. Make sure that you have both the Xcode at a time, because there are a lot of reference you may need to give reference in this main Unity. Alright, I'm going to the folder which is having the export Unity, and this is the folder which I have created the new project. So open this export Unity, which is from Unity main build. I'm going to drag a couple of files for the into the main file, into the main project. I mean, before I shift. So this is first. I'm dragging classes folder, copy items if needed, and I'm unchecking this and check with the create groups, and before I shift, finish. The second one is I'm going to take the libraries from here, drag it, show it, create groups, make this copy items if needed unchecked. They could make trouble if you check that one, because there will be a redefinition. It causes trouble later on. That's why. And the last one is data. I'm going to drag it over there and make create folder reference instead of create groups. Finish. That's it. Then I'll come to this target file. I will check here you can see this already few guys are there inside our stuff. Alright, so next is I'm going to add these all frameworks. I need these all frameworks into my native project. So I'm going to add each and every one. You may follow like this. So here we go. First is these are the frameworks which we're going to add it over here. So first is AV Catch framework. Second one is security framework. Third is media toolbox framework. Cortex framework. Audio toolbox dot framework. AV foundation dot framework. Then I have my CF network dot framework. Then I have core graphics dot framework, core location framework, core motion, you may be wondering why these all stuffs I'm adding manually. There is another way to add all these frameworks as a single file, which is of a dynamic way, but I prefer to do the static. And at the end of this video, I will give that file as your reference. You can simply integrate it instead of doing this all steps manual. But anyhow, in this video, I'm showing it as manual, the whole steps, and why it's so, and why we are using these all steps. I'm going to explain it all around in this video. So where we are, so it's audio toolbox. Sorry, Cortex, core motion, core video foundation, core video dot framework, foundation framework, OpenAL framework, OpenGL is framework. Actually, this OpenGL framework is deprecated in the latest projects. Anyhow, I'm adding this in this file, COTS core dot framework, system configuration dot framework, UIKit dot framework, Metal framework. All right. It seems I have added all the frameworks. I will double check all this. AV kit, security. All right. And here you can see one important file or the framework which we need to add over here is Vuforia framework. For that, what I'm going to do is here you can see the framework Vuforia. I'm going to copy this framework and go back to the vuforia.zip file, and I'm going to place it over here. Alright, going to the folder reference which I have saved my framework. So here we are, my Vuforia Swift. Inside that I have a framework folder. So I'm going to call here or add this framework in this section. So I'm clicking the plus button. So these Vuforia framework won't be listed in this list. Instead, click the other files and search for the path where I have saved frameworks, Vuforia, plugins, iOS. Here we are, vuforia.framework. So open it. So make sure that all these things framework you have added and these all frameworks are in condition like do not embed all these except vuforia.framework embedded sign. So that's all in the frameworks, and we will go to the build settings. First is we will check for enables bitcode. Enable bitcode, I'm going to set it as no. So the rest all stuffs we are going to do this in build settings. It's very important. If you miss anything or if you misplace or if you give a reference, if you make any error in the folder reference, this build won't get succeed and it will be more trouble for us. So make sure you listen very carefully and do each and every step slowly. All right. Check for other stuffs, make more space over here. All right, so here we have other librarian flags. Below that, other linker flags, we need to add some stuff here. Before that, I will take this Unity build which I've taken from the Unity directly for our reference, which means some of the stuff we are just taking it exactly the same from here and pasting over there. Okay, so don't mix up with both. Make sure that you have both files, and you should be knowing each separately. So in other linker flags, what I have is I'm going to copy these all stuff and pasting it over here. Next one is $inherit. Next is weak framework. Actually they are in same line, but here copy it separately. Okay, no problem. Core motion, then the last one is weak ls system. All right, that's in other linker flags. We'll check for other stuffs. Next I have is framework search paths. So here we have the framework search paths already set that it is plugins iOS for Vuforia framework. So next is header search paths. We're going to do the header search paths into our main project. See, as you can see over here, this is the framework search paths, and for header search paths as well. So I'm taking this dollar inherited in my main header search path, going to paste over here, and library search path as well. I'm placing a dollar inherit first of all. So next thing is I'm going to take this path which I require for the class. So here I have the classes folder, and I'm checking for the path. It is like users, my MacBook, blah blah blah. So I'm going to place my path over here, header search paths, below the dollar inherit. So this is the Unity, export Unity, which is directing to the classes folder. Classes, then next I have slash classes slash native. Then I need libraries, path, look here is classes native, libraries, and the libraries libl2ccp slash include pdwgc. Alright, so we are going to do the same as here as well. I have here libraries slash libil libil to cpp slash include. I'm going to copy this, place it over here. Instead of this libil, I'm going to place here pdwgc. Alright, it's not necessary this last one, you need only until the library reference folder. Take a look at this. Here we are, Vuforia export Unity. I have here classes folder, inside that I have a native folder. Then I have given reference for my libraries, which is directing to the libilccp slash include. So I need to give this reference for the header search paths, and then I'm going to do it for the libraries search path. Here I have already done this dollar inherit. The next line is giving reference to the library. So Unity export is the main reference to the folder. Then I have this slash libraries that comes in under this library search paths. Double check with this the main build. Yeah, and one more line is we need to add this Vuforia plugin as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more line under the libraries, and from here going to take the path.com plugin and place it over here after the libraries. Make a slash, and okay, be careful in this section, otherwise it will create more trouble for us later on. That's why I say make sure double check all these stuffs. So that's all in this hero search bars and library search path. If you have done this much, great! You have almost reached halfway to your destination. Watch the full video of Vuforia Augmented Reality through our official website. Also supporting source code and files are available. You need to register with us. Also, we provide support for your integration process. We have cleared bugs in integration around the world. Don't waste time. Click the full video description linked below. Thank you for watching.